I do gotta say, it's been a lot of fun playing FF. I mean, I would say I'm having a lot more fun with current FF online than I have in WoW for a long time. Like, to describe the experience correctly, I'd say it's basically to give the best impression I can. For the last since Kata, pretty much, logging into WoW has been more of a habit, less of a oh my god, I'm logged in, I can't wait to meet up with my guildies, can't wait to meet up with the latest dungeon group and go run through dungeons, go run through raids and gear up and get the latest you know, this, that, or the other. It's been more like I'm in the mood to do something. Well, I'm usually playing WoW right about now. I guess I'll log into WoW. And that feeling is getting, like, steadily more and more like a chore over time. I can leap about. I mean, look at the boons. Yeah. But it's been, I would say it's definitely been a welcome change of pace to be excited to log into an MMORPG every day and actually want to play through it. You know, I want to go through the quest lines. I want to... Hell, I even find myself reading side quest text from time to time. Yeah, like I just said earlier, I've been rushing through a lot of those because they're side quests. You know, they're not as integral to the overall story as everything else. But out of the side quest storylines that I actually did read through and follow, it's actually incredibly engaging. Surprisingly so. And some of the stories aren't just the lazy... Some of them are, don't get me wrong. Some of them are just collect this many apples for this arbitrary reason. But some actually have, like... have an actual reason for it, and they also have a reason why you're doing it and why the quest taker isn't. The quest taker, even the dialogue. I know this sounds strange, but there's such a fundamental difference in having like the quest just laid out in this paragraph form, and then you just click accept, and then it just tells you what to do anyway. And through FF's technique of espousing a quest to you, whether it's side quest or main quest, there's dialogue from the NPC directly giving you the quest instead of just this arbitrary paragraph thing that pops up and goes, "Do you accept quest? I accept quest." And you can choose to read the explanation of what the quest is. Whereas the dialogue, I know this sounds so strange, but just the format that FF has chosen to go with here, where it's just dialogue you actually directly read, and it seems like it's almost conversational, like they're actually speaking to you, as opposed to this just being laid out all in one go, and then you go and do the quest. Something about that just is so much more engaging, and actually feels like, you know, I'm being given a quest by a person. This isn't just some NPC I'm grabbing the quest from and going to do the job. And it doesn't feel like there's any actual interaction with that individual. Here, FF's strong suit is creating those arbitrary connections with NPCs. Like, and again, it's not like oh, if this character died, I'd be so torn apart. No, you know, you get to know him in like a couple minutes, but it's still, again, super engaging, and it's hard to explain why such a small thing is so much more enjoyable than WoW's way of doing story quests. And fundamentally, there's a lot of similarities. At the end of the day, the same information is being conveyed. The same arbitrary kind of meh tasks are being laid upon you. But somehow, and again, I'm terrible at explaining it, just the dialogue-esque format of FF feels more engaging. It feels more like I'm actually connecting with the NPC, and it also feels like, you know, I'm actually going to do a task for a person, not just this arbitrary robotic task been assigned due to quest line you must complete. Do at pace that is required. You know, I don't know. It's something just so small feels so much better. And I would say like that's some of the most enjoyable parts of like the questing experience in FF. So I just wanted to really praise that, because as small as a lot of people think it is, and as much as I'm sure some people would say like, oh dude, that's nothing, like who cares? You know, who cares whether you get the story of the quest in the quest text and the actual quest write-up in WoW, or if you get it in a dialogue format in FF, who cares? It's the same information. I would argue that there's just something in such a small way, but such a fundamental way that makes it more engaging through the dialogue process as opposed to it being espoused to you in just a brief summary in the quest text. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm so used to WoW's quest text system and not actually having a conversation with the characters. But I don't know. It's hard to explain. And again, I'm probably explaining it terribly, but I'd say that's important. Hey, Billy Mount, welcome. How you doing, man? Droids from KOTOR have more emotion and dialogue than some MMOs. And yeah, it's true. And the thing is, there's no voice. Very little, at least in Realm Reborn, very little of like the dialogue is voiced. Very little of it. But yet you're still able to. It's just the way the dialogue's written, the way the characters interact, and also the fact that they emote when they are actually speaking to you. That it actually, again, feels like it's an exchange between a character asking you to do something as opposed to the robotic NPCs and WoW. Like, I feel that fundamental difference, and it's so small, and I perfectly understand the people who don't at all understand what I'm trying to say, because it's hard to explain how such a small thing can matter so much, but it does. You know, I think it's very important to note. Remember to leave a like and subscribe.